Well, hello and welcome back to Durban Garden City. Here you can see my Hornby rocket running the best it's ever run. Now, having said that, it still has a few issues, but if you recall, I had a problem with it, that it was skidding on the tracks. It wouldn't pull more than one or two carriages, and I was starting to question what was wrong. Thought it was a track, thought it was maybe the way I've laid it, I don't know, thought it was the actual loco itself, who can tell. So I started to try and find out just what it was that was causing the problem, and it turns out it was my track cleaner. Although I use, it's just slowing up there, look. Although I use these rather expensive and fancy CMEX, whatever they call them, cleaning wagons, I was using a liquid called Goo-Gone, and that was as prescribed by Richard at Everard Junction some time back. Now, he's probably changed what he's doing since, but that's the advice I was running off. And turns out that it puts a bit of a sheen on your track. Yes, it cleans it, but it doesn't half affect the DCC pickup, and it can also affect light locos, particularly these little terriers, which are now running really well. I've got another one over here. This is what I'm like. I bought another one just to see if it was a Duff loco. So now I've got two, and thankfully they're working really well. Although I'm not running them today, I'm just leaving these two to run while I do this video. So it's slowing there a little bit. I mean, I will say there might be a little bit of an incline there, but it's doing okay. It's better than it was. And as you can see, it's pulling 5 coaches and looking rather good. So back to the track. What we done? Well, the station is looking pretty much the way it was the last time you saw it. I haven't really done a lot. I might have added a bit of weathering here and there. Oh, I will point out now that in here there's a statue. And someone asked if that was Jesus. Now I'm afraid it's not Jesus. It's Sir Nigel Gresley. I don't know if you remember, but on my previous layout I was going to do a simulation of York National Railway Museum, and he was going to be featured within it. Well, that all came to pieces, and now he's vacant, so he stands outside that station just for the time being until I decide what to do with him. He may even stay there, who knows. Just enjoy that shot for a minute. You can see I'm pulling a load of teaks with me Dapol Mallard, which again is having a few problems today. Keeps jumping off on one of the points. It's going round okay at the moment. We'll keep an eye on it. In fact, I might stop it in a minute rather than it spoil my video. So what I might do, if it doesn't come off here where it has been coming off, well, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Go around nicely. Start applying the brakes, as you can hear. And we'll let that rest in the station. And that way it can't cause me any more problems. So there it is. And the little rocket will tootle on past. Look at the size of that rocket compared to them coaches behind. Do you know, it's incredible that Hornby's even managed to get the detail in this, let alone a motor small enough to do the job and to pull those coaches. Yes, I know they're as light as a feather, but even so, it's still being asked to do a job, and I think it's remarkable the trains and the quality of the models that we're getting nowadays to make these layouts look not only that bit more realistic, but you know, having the variety and having the interest, and not just having 2 or 3 engines. We've got loads now. It's incredible. So there's a nice close-up of this mallard. It is a beautiful looking engine. Got lights on. You can hear the steam there. My steam thing on it doesn't work anymore. I don't know what's happened. It just packed up. I'm not going to have it repaired. I'm just happy for it to be on the lines and working at all. And behind that, it has the... who made that? It's Rails of Sheffield. But if that was Rapido or Dapple, I can't remember. But that's the dynamometer. Okay. So as I said, station's looking pretty much the same. We know that's not Jesus. The canal scene over here is still where we were last time, although I must admit, I will explain that I've ordered the murky canal water to go on it, and there will be some scenery going in very shortly. So hopefully, in the next time I show a video or an update, that will have water of some description. Now then, also in the last video, you did see I had a big polystyrene arrangement of fish boxes in the corner. They have now been shaped and turned into this rather big paper mache hillside. It's going to be a little bit of a campsite up there, I think. That's my wife's idea. She likes the camper vans, and so we've got to feature them on the layout somehow. So all this will be landscaped. It will have the mountain rock faces put on it, and somehow I will form it into the whole scene. Whoops, mind me light. Put these big lights that I usually use for photography in here, just to try and make this all look a bit brighter for you. But it is casting big shadows, as you can see. But it is better because I've got the daylight outside. Usually this is all silhouettes, like you see on that box there. Look, it's a silhouette. Well, now you're able to see the colours in the grass and in the track and the detail that's here. A bit more done to this platform. There's a water tower there. There's a crate which isn't attached, so it goes where we want at the moment, but it's there. Some of the groundwork has gone in down here. I'm not finished with that yet. I'm not entirely happy with it yet, so it's not finished. I'll just keep taking that rocket in as it goes past. Alright. There's that bit of track going nowhere. That's because there will be a turntable and a roundhouse when I get this area finished. Now this area has had a lot of work since I last saw you. We now have 2 tunnel portals with trees, although them trees up here, I must confess, are not actually connected. They just put up there to dry while they was being made. It's the I don't know what they call this stuff actually, but it's a real living something, I suppose, probably out of the sea. And when you spray it with a misty glue and add foliage and everything, it makes wicked little trees. I mean, better than these ones that I've got over here. Sorry for the... Whoops, there goes another light. These are some of the woodland scenic trees. Yeah, they look all right, but they do look a bit... I don't know what they are, I suppose. They look artificial. So that's them, I suppose. And they're not cheap. So to make your own a whole lot cheaper and better is definitely the way forward. Okay. Right, another engine I picked up. This little Ruston here, I think that's what they call them. Got a little issue with that at the moment. It kind of takes off really quickly. I can't sort out the running speeds with it at the moment. It does work. It pulls very well. So it seems to abruptly stop and abruptly start. But back to over here, you can see the texture. This is all plastic cast rock faces from Woodland Scenics, and I've used obviously their paints. They don't call them paints, do they? What do they call them? No, that word's gone as well. I'm not with it this morning, but anyway, you can see that most of these trees, if fact, all these trees I've made myself. I've put detail into the rocks there, look, and I think most of you know if we can put trees in the rock face, you're probably covering a hole that's been left behind by something that you've missed. All the tricks to modelling, I suppose. Now then, we'll focus on this. Watch this little rocket come through. You can hear it, but can we see it? Tunnel looking nice and dark. There she goes. Sorry about my shadow in the light. Will it go around this bend or is it going to pull up? It's trying. Off it goes. Okay, so in a nutshell, that is pretty much where we are at the moment. Yeah, it's on to this bit, so that's got to be done. As you can see, all this down here is going to be sorted out. There's enough room here. Alright, I know you can't really see. See if I can just zoom out a bit. Zooming in, zoom out. Right, this area down here is going to have more wood across. There's room here for a TMD or a stockyard. I've got this idea that I'm going to split these two lines here with the wagons on and the coaches away from the fiddle yard. I've been looking at maybe something like this to do it. I don't quite know what yet, and there'll have to be some sort of a tunnel or a bridge made across there to make it fit in, and this might go over here as well to the other side. It's up in the air at the moment. I think you have an idea what you're going to do with these layouts. It's only when you start doing it do you realise the limitations or the restrictions that you might be faced with. So, you know, that's where we are. I've been playing around with these. Don't know if anyone's tried them. These are the Hunt's magnetic couplings, because I've been using a combination of KDs and the Hunts and other various ones. I don't like the old Hornby style, you know, the ones that just grab. There might be a name for them, but I don't know what they are, like a hook and a bar. But the good thing about these Hunts ones, as you can see with my rolling stock here, I should be able to just park them. So if you get a derailment or something's wonky or not working, you just simply roll them apart. Back they go together, and that's it, look. Okay. So there you are. Look at those little things. That's another load of wagons to the rocket. It's so small, yet the detail is amazing. I haven't actually used them. I don't even know why I got them. I mean, I don't recall ever seeing them anywhere, so why Hornby did them, I don't know. But anyway, as it's running, you may as well watch it. Of course, this is the reverse side of that area where the mountains are. It's like the back of a film set, isn't it? The side you see looks lovely, the side you don't see looks terrible. But anyway, it's just struggling to pull around there. Oh, this is a Metcalf kit, not my favourite kits, I'm sorry to say. I know they're alright for the scratch builder or the modeler. And if you're on a budget, they work. But I'm going to put a resin one or a single shed there. I just put that there because I built it some time back. And I thought, I wonder if that'll fit there. And you know what, it does. And it doesn't look wrong. I think I can make that with a concrete base. It'll fit and suit the yard, sort of thing. And get the angles that I'm trying to show. Yeah, it will look okay. But it's so obviously cardboard when everything else looks more like the real brick, stone or whatever it is. it's trying to recreate or resemble. Alright, now then, I'm going to ask you all have a look, leave a comment. When I go on different sites, I do try and leave a comment. I never really criticise anyone. I usually tell them they've done a good job, and I do ask questions. The only reason I do that is because I'm not born full of knowledge, and I've got thus far on the back of other people's experiences and so forth. That's all I can tell you for today. So where are we at? 15 minutes. There you go. You can go back to your day now. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Okay? Bye for now.